15-year-old Jennifer Mitchell and 16-year-old Nikki Hanna. She is also suing Jennifer's mother, Patricia Mitchell, and Nikki's father, Kobe Hanna. Brooke says Jennifer and Nikki stole the keys to her car and then wrecked it.
Order. All rise. Yeah, this is case number 52 on the calendar in the matter of Morrow versus Mitchell Hanna. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats.
Which one are you?
Mitchell.
Your first name?
Jennifer?
Jennifer, that's not an appropriate way to come to court. If you ever have to go to court again, you don't come to court showing your midriff. Do you understand? It's inappropriate. That's much better. Again. Try it again. Good. Miss Morrow, you were at a friend's house. According to your complaint, these two girls took off in your car without your permission and wrecked it. You want them and their parents to be responsible for that.
Right.
And there is no question on the other side that you did not have her permission to drive the car at that time. Is that right?
I thought we did.
I didn't care what you thought. Neither one of you had permission to drive her car at that time. One of you took the keys and one of you was driving. Is that correct?
Yes.
So all you have to do, Miss Morrow, is hand me the estimate. The car's not running anymore?
No.
Okay, good. So I have the Blue Book breakdown for the car. Okay, you were at a friend's house. Your car is parked outside. Who's going to talk first?
I will.
Fine.
Okay, we were all at my house, and Nikki got mad at Brooke. Well, she wasn't really mad.
Nikki got mad at the plaintiff.
Yes, because of boy problems.
Could you keep your voice up, please?
I'm sorry. And she wanted to talk to me, so I said, let's go for a walk. And we went back in the house, and I told everybody that we were going to go for a walk, and she went back into, like, by my room. And we went back outside and walked around my house, and when we were walking outside my house, she handed me Brooke's keys. And I said, what are you doing? And she's all, we're going to take Brooke's car. I said, well, does Brooke know? Because I don't want to take her car without her knowing. And she said, yeah, she knows. I asked her when we went back inside. I didn't really think it was that big of a deal because Brooke lets us drive her car all the time. So I was just like, okay, because she wanted to talk to me. So we got in the car and we started driving.
Who's we driving?
I was driving.
How old are you?
15.
So you have no license?
No.
Go ahead.
And we were driving around neighborhoods, and as I was making a left-hand turn, Nikki says to me, get on the curb and let's have some fun. And I was like, no, 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 don't be stupid. I don't want to get in a car accident. And as I was making the turn, she turned the wheel.
I did not grab the wheel, Your Honor.
Don't speak yet.
And then we ran into the house. And
You ran into a house with her car?
Yeah.
Idiot. All right, now let's see your version of what happened.
What happened was me and Jenny were outside of her house, and we were sitting there talking, and she was mad because of this guy that she was talking to, her ex-boyfriend. He was there, and he was getting ready to go to a girl's house, and she said, Nikki, go get the keys. And I said, okay. I went and got him out of the bathroom, and I came back and I handed them to her, and she said, okay, let's go. So we...
All right, let's stop right there. Miss, it wasn't my fault. I had nothing to do with it. She told you to go get the keys.
Yes.
And you went into the bathroom. You didn't go to the plaintiff and say, can I have the car keys? Can I borrow your car?
No.
You just went into the bathroom. Now, where in the bathroom were her car keys?
They were on the sink.
And I assume you had seen them there before.
Yes.
Because that's not usually where you keep car keys, on the bathroom sink, right?
No.
Okay, and how old are you?
I'm 16.
So you went inside, did not get permission
No.
from anybody, just took the car keys, came outside, and gave them to your friend. Now, do you have a driver's license?
No, I don't.
So you took the keys, gave them to her,
Yes.
unlicensed, and you took off.
Yes.
Now, tell me what happened when you took off.
We went driving around, and we went into this country club area. It was really nice, and we were driving, and she said, let's go up on the curb. And I was like, you can do whatever, but be careful. And so she was going around a corner, and I guess she lost control and stepped on the gas instead of the brake, and we hit the house on the corner. And as soon as we had wrecked, she said, I accidentally stepped on the gas instead of the brake.
I never said that. It's not really what happened.
And then we got out and
All
we left.
right, now, which parent belongs to this genius? Stand up, please. Your last name is Mitchell?
Yes.
I would like you to, in 30 seconds or less, tell me why your daughter isn't responsible for half the damage.
Is not responsible?
Yeah.
She is responsible for half the damage.
That's right. Have a seat. You're Mr. Hanna?
Yes, ma'am.
You want to tell me in 30 seconds or less why your daughter isn't responsible for half the damage?
For one, she wasn't the driver of the vehicle, and at 12:30 at night, I expect my daughter, when she's spending the night at a friend's house, to be at that friend's house and not be leaving. The next morning, when I went over to the house to pick the kids up, there's empty beer containers and a keg of beer in the living room floor.
What does that have to do with us stealing car keys and going for a joyride in somebody's car? Nobody's alleging that anybody was drunk.
I didn't
Your
say
daughter
that.
didn't say that she was drunk or the other girl was drunk. What does one thing have to do with another?
She wasn't driving the vehicle.
She stole the keys. She stole the keys. What word would you like me to explain to you?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I think that you're pretty stupid to have allowed, even in the past, either of these two girls to drive your car. And if you're going to do stupid things, you got to be prepared for the consequences.
And later today,
I banged on the roof of the car. I cursed at her.
He was enraged and asked me to open up my driver's side door. And I told him, what are you, crazy? I'm not opening up my door.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 19-year-old Brooke Morrow says former friends, 15-year-old Jennifer Mitchell and 16-year-old Nikki Hanna, stole the keys to her car and wrecked it. Jennifer and Nikki are blaming each other for the accident.
Okay, she stole the keys and gave it to the person who drove the car, and she went with her.
She didn't put a gun to her head and say, you have to drive.
Let me explain something to you, sir. I assume that you are not in the legal profession. So let me explain something to you. If two people are walking in the street and they see a brand new car, and one of them says, I'm going to Jimmy open the door. When I do, you get in and drive, and we're going to take this car for a drive. And that's what they do. They are equally as guilty. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now, your daughter went into a house, stole somebody else's keys, because when you take something without permission, that is a theft. Gave them to her co-conspirator, who happened to drive the car. But your daughter is 16, and your daughter knows that she doesn't have a license to drive a car, shouldn't be driving a car. So not only did your daughter steal the car keys, but she gave the car keys to somebody who she knew shouldn't be driving and got in the car and drove with her. So they are equally as responsible. I want to know who paid for the damage that was done to the house.
The homeowner's insurance paid for that.
What a shame. I would have loved to have had that case. When did you get this car?
August of 2000.
It was a gift?
Yeah,
Who bought it for you?
my grandparents.
How much did they pay for it?
$1,000.
Who did they buy it from?
My stepdad.
So they got a good deal, right? You got a good deal on the car, because its present wholesale value is, according to this, $1,250.
Yeah, he knocked off a couple hundred.
Of course he did. Now, I have one question to ask you. Well, maybe two. Have you given permission at any other time for either of these two girls to drive your car?
Yes,
Why?
just being nice, just letting them, just for fun.
How old are you?
19.
I want you to listen to me very carefully. You risk everything when you let somebody drive your car that is unlicensed. Not only do you risk them having a serious accident and hurting somebody, and you would be responsible for that, but if they were in an accident, your insurance company wouldn't cover that. They would say, sue her. I assume you don't have a lot of money right now, but someday you will, and if you're going to do stupid things, you got to be prepared for the consequences. Anyway, I just changed my mind. I was going to give you the wholesale value of the car. I'm just knocking it down to $1,000 that was paid for the car, because I think that you're pretty stupid to have allowed, even in the past, either of these two girls to drive your car. And I'm awarding you $1,000, and each of the girls will pay $500. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
They had ran my car into a house and it was totaled. I didn't touch the wheel. They stole it and wrecked it, and
She did. Grab the wheel.
we're not friends anymore.
And we
We're
are
not
friends.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Brosnan versus Rios. Step forward, please.
Food service worker Kathleen Brosnan is suing New York firefighter Stephen Rios for kicking her car in a fit of road rage.
Miss Brosnan, it is your claim that the defendant, while in a fit of road rage, caused some damage to your car by punching it or kicking it.
Yes.
You didn't know him before?
No.
You were just driving along a parkway?
Yes.
Is that right? Mr. Rios seems to acknowledge that he lost his temper on that day. He was having a bad day, but he said he caused no damage to your car. So, tell me when this happened.
On September 22nd.
Where?
On the Southern State Parkway.
Can you hold on one sec? Stand still, because you're making me a little
Okay.
woozy.
The Southern State Parkway at exit 17.
And did you get on at exit 17?
No. I was driving on the parkway and the incident had happened at exit 17.
What incident?
The incident where he had chased me and kicked my car.
Tell me about him chasing your car.
Okay. I was driving on the parkway on September 22nd. I was going to my boyfriend's job. And around exit 17, I noticed that Mr. Rios was a little bit too close behind my car. So I sped up a little bit to let him know that he was too close to me. And when I did that, he sped up too. And after he sped up, I went to turn on my right-hand signal to change lanes.
You were driving in the fast lane?
Yes. And I wanted to get in the right-hand lane over at the other side. And Mr. Rios did the same thing and almost cut me off. And then I proceeded to go into the next lane.
So you were driving in the fast lane, they strike speeding lane, the passing lane.
Yes.
And he was behind you, and then you got over to the middle lane.
Yes.
And he got over to the middle lane.
Yes.
And then you got over to the far right lane.
Yes.
The slow lane, the granny lane.
Yes.
Did he follow you over to the granny lane?
Yes, he did. And
Okay.
I proceeded to, I sped away to get away from him.
A little nervous? Okay, take a breath. What exit did you get off the parkway?
I got off the parkway at exit 32.
And what happened when you got off at exit 32?
When I get off at exit
Stand still.
32, I was ready to go to sit for a red light, and I didn't notice Mr. Rios behind me. Mr. Rios sped his car in front of mine to cut me off, and I slammed on the brake so that I don't cause an accident. And when he did this, he proceeded to get out of his van, and he cursed me and asked me to open up my driver's side door. And I told him, "What are you, crazy? I'm not opening up my door." So after this, he was enraged, and after that, he had kicked my car.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Kathleen Brosnan says fellow motorist Stephen Rios chased her down and kicked her car in a fit of road rage. Stephen admits he lost his temper, but claims he caused no damage.
Okay. Now, what time of the day or night was this?
1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
So it was light out.
Uh-huh.
Can I see the damage
Sure.
to your car, please?
It's right there.
And you were driving alone?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Rios. Now I'll hear you, sir.
It certainly didn't follow her at exit 17 or 19 because I didn't get on the Southern State Parkway until approximately exit 26. I commute the same way. I've been driving here for over 22 years coming home from work. I observed the gray car get onto the parkway at somewhere around exit 27, I thought. They were one of those people, they're bobbing in the right lane, left lane, trying to get nowhere, going nowhere fast. At that point, I observed the car, what I perceived was probably going to try to squeeze in front of me with not enough room. So I tried to, move up a little bit so they wouldn't come in. They cut in front of me. After about maybe a quarter mile, we were 2 feet off each other's bumper.
No. We weren't 2 feet
Well,
off each other's bumper,
right.
Mr. Rios. You were 2 feet off her bumper.
Right. She squeezed in front of me.
No, she squeezed in front of you, and then you were 2 feet off her bumper. You're not 2 feet off each other's bumper.
But there was maybe 20 feet between me and the car in front of me. So I perceived she squeezed in front of me with not enough room to be in a safe driving area.
I'm following you,
Okay.
but then you said you were proceeding.
Right. We
And
proceeded.
you were proceeding, and you were on her tail.
Yes.
All right. I got it.
At that point in time, I didn't realize whether it was a guy or a girl. They were hitting their brakes. I decided to move into the right lane, get away from it. The car started making 4 or 5 attempts to actually cut me off. At that point in time, they were so close to me, I actually thought they made contact with my car. As we got up to exit 32, I saw the car get off the ramp. I followed them off the ramp, and right off the ramp, there was a stop sign. So I cut in front of the car and jumped out because I thought they were trying to get away. When I got to the window, I realized it was a woman, and she closed the window. She was cursing me, giving me the finger. So I banged on the roof of the car. I cursed at her. and then drove away. At the next light, she was behind me now. She got out of her car and approached my window. I got out. We exchanged words in the street, and that was what I thought was the end of it.
By the way, what exit do you get off at to go to your home?
I get off at exit 42. I take the Parkway to the end, and then
Fine.
I have to continue
so
further
you actually exited the Parkway at that point to follow the plaintiff?
No, I did not exit to follow her.
Yes, you did. You exited to follow the plaintiff.
I believe she had struck my car, so I got...
No, Mr. Rios, please. I don't want you to make up any stories, sir.
I am not making up any
That's making
stories.
up a story.
No.
If you drive and commute every day, you know whether somebody hits your car or not. And you exited the Parkway because you were angry. That's not your exit.
I actually believed that she made contact with my vehicle, and I was scared for my life. I'd been commuting for over...
Shh, please. Mr. Rios, I read your answer. I mean, if you stick with your answer, maybe you'll be successful here today so that you won't get pulverized. Your answer was that you had a very bad day and that you lost your temper. Well, that's what you said.
No.
Yeah, that's what you said.
I did not say I had a very bad day.
Well, I would suggest, sir, your answer was you were returning from a funeral of a fellow firefighter.
Right.
Okay, on that day. That's a bad day. That wasn't an ordinary work day. That was a bad day. And you say you lost your temper. And you say you acknowledge hitting her car.
Yeah,
you acknowledge hitting her car. Your defense is that you didn't cause any damage.
I had been commuting for over 20 years, the same route. I've never had an experience like this in my life. And I actually thought she made contact with my car. She was so close to me.
Mr.
I
Rios.
followed her off the Parkway to stop her because I thought she was trying to get away. And then I banged on the roof of her car, yes.
Now, Mr. Rios, you followed her off the Parkway because you thought she was trying to get away.
Right.
Then you got out of your car, and what did you do?
I approached the car.
You got out of your car, and the first thing you did was approach her car.
Yes.
And what did she say to you?
She had the windows rolled up, and she was making gestures with the window closed up.
Okay, and then you hit her, according to you, the roof of her car, the hood of her car. Is that right? And then what is the very next thing you did?
I walked away.
You walked away where?
I walked to my car, got in my car, and actually drove away.
Okay. Now, Mr. Rios, did you tell me every single thing that happened from the time you followed her off the Parkway until the time you got back into your car?
Yes.
What happened, Mr. Rios, to your examining your car to see if it was damaged in any way? Where's that step, Mr. Rios? If what you say is true, that you followed her off the Parkway because you thought she had damaged your car, the first thing that you do once you cut her off is to take a look and see, is my car damaged or is my car not damaged? If my car is not damaged, then I get back into my car and I go away. If you're making up a story, which is exactly what you did, then you don't even bother to look at your car.
No, I'm not making up a story.
Does that sound logical to you, Bert?
Totally logical.
Totally. Let me see an estimate, please. Mr. Rios, you lost your temper. Lost your temper, you pay for the damage. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $543.15. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Neighbor, 43-year-old cafeteria worker Deborah Jones for an assault. Deborah says after an argument over a parking space, Juanita sprayed her with mace.
Order. All rise. Yeah, it's case number 115 on the calendar in the matter of Taylor versus Jones. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Gentlemen, have seats, please.
It is clear that you two ladies are neighbors from the complaint and answer that I've read, and it is your claim, Miss Taylor, that the defendant assaulted you over the way your car was parked. She says that she was defending herself after you sprayed her with mace. So I'd like you to explain to me what kind of housing complex you live in.
It's an apartment housing complex, low income. Here's some pictures of my...
I want to see where the cars are parked, because this...
This is how the cars were exactly parked.
Let me see, please.
My car is back here. This is hers, and this is her boyfriend's.
Okay, let me see. Okay, yours is the blue car.
Yes.
And when was this picture taken?
That was like a month after. That was on the 12th, May 12th.
But it's not the date of the incident?
No, ma'am.
Now, according to your complaint, the defendant, who I assume you've had difficulty with before, came to your house one morning and asked you to move your car because your car was parked so close to her car she couldn't get her car out.
Yeah.
And what time did she come to the house?
Around 9 o'clock in the morning, banging at my door.
And what did she say when she came to your door?
When I came to the door, she was hollering about me moving my car so she can get out, or whatever the case was. And
No, not whatever the case was. Moving your car so that she could get her car out.
Yes,
Okay.
she was hollering.
Now, when had you parked your car?
When? The night before that when I got in.
Was her car there?
Yes.
How close did you park your car to her car?
About that close. I had to parallel park.
Well, this shows that there's plenty of space for her to get out.
Like you said, we've
Were
had
you on her
problems.
bumper? Were
No.
you on her bumper?
No.
Was she on your bumper?
Yes, she was.
Of course you were on her bumper, otherwise she wouldn't have come to your house. She was trying to get to work.
Okay.
Why would she come to your house if you weren't on her bumper? Right? Come on. You have to
She's
use
had-
common sense, Miss Taylor.
Okay.
Okay? And the fact that you didn't want to move your car or that you've been having difficulty with her, nobody takes the time to go to your house in the morning and say, move your car, get angry, unless there's a reason that you can't move a car.
May I say something, ma'am?
Yeah.
I went to get my keys to move my car.
Just a minute. She comes to the door, move your car, and you said what to her?
I have to go and get. I didn't say anything. I was going upstairs. Okay, I was going upstairs and I'm getting my keys.
Did you say anything to her?
I said okay and went upstairs to get my keys.
Okay, go ahead.
My mace is on my keys. I went to get my keys, and I looked outside, and she was. Well, I heard when I was going upstairs, I heard her say she was going to move. She was going to hit my car. I looked outside, and I see she was doing the U-turn to get up on my bumper. I called the police, told them. She said she's going to move my car.
Just a second. She was doing a U-turn.
Yes, because her boyfriend pulled his car out by that time. I told the police, and it's in my police report. She said she's going to hit my car. Quote. When I was saying that, she went around, made a U-turn, and she hit my car. I told her she just hit my car, I'm going out there. I went out there to make sure it wasn't any damages. It wasn't no damages. She was hollering, we were arguing. It was cold outside. I told her, I'm not going to be out here arguing with you. It's cold. I have on my night clothes. I'm sleepy. I'm just going to pay you dust. She was still arguing, following me up to my door, which is around the corner, and hers is right here. She's following me up to my door. She's still arguing and hollering or whatever.
What was she saying to you?
Telling me I'm getting on her nerves because wait a minute. Well, you got the picture. She always parked by that pole. When I park by that pole, I don't know, she don't like it because that's her, quote unquote, that's her spot. That's her pole. She has said it before. That is her pole. So when I park by that pole, I just get on her nerves when I do that. When I park on the street, because I usually park in the parking lot, she just get on my nerves. I park in the parking lot in the wintertime and park on the street in the summertime. I just get on her nerves. So I guess that just ticked her off.
Go ahead.
She came up on my porch. She was calling me B's and H's or whatever the case. So I called her too. And I'm like, you know what? Forget it. You've been wanting me to sit out here and argue with her since 3 years that I've been living there. She wanted me to go out there and argue with her, and I never did. I paid her dust. Didn't even speak to her too many times. So I'm just like, I'm not gonna even go through with this. I'm going back to bed. It's cold. I gotta go to work. She come up to me and she swing on me. So I have my mace in my hand anyway. So I spray it with mace. She grabbed my coat.
Just a second. Just a second.
Sunday mornings. So I looked out the window and I seen her car on my bumper. Now, we've been feuding for 2 years. Okay, I have a 7-year-old son that I have to get up every morning at 6:30 and send him to school. She don't have any kids. She plays her TV all night long. She have a dog that barks all night long. Every time when I go to her door and try to talk to her and I say, could you please turn your TV down? She turns it up even louder.
So you haven't been getting along. You looked outside the window.
Okay.
I
looked
March
outside.
25th and you saw her
Right.
car
I
on your
looked
bumper.
outside. I seen her car was on my bumper. So I said, by her being the way she is, when I go try to talk to her, I said, I'm not going there with Juanita today. So what happened was I sat there, and then I looked at my watch, and I seen it was getting close time for me to go to work. So I went around there, and I knocked at her door. I said, could you move your car off my bumper? She said, I ain't moving. And that's when she slammed the door in my face and went on upstairs. Okay, I left from her door. So then I went on in the house, thinking maybe she'll come and move the car. I sat there for a while. She never came to move it. So then what I did, I went back around to her house. I knocked at her door again. That's when she came outside. She sprayed me. Okay, me and her, we passed words. She sprayed me with mace first before I even attempt to do anything to her.
It's not what you say in your complaint, in your answer.
She sprayed me.
No. Pay attention.
Okay.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Juanita Taylor says neighbor Deborah Jones assaulted her. Deborah says Juanita sprayed her with mace.
It's not what you say in your answer, Miss Jones. You just testified that you went to her house once, and then you went back to your house and waited to see if she would move the car. You went back to her house again. She opened the door and sprayed you with mace.
Right.
Is that what you just told me?
That's right.
Well, I'm going to read to you what you wrote in your answer. She refused to move her car and we started arguing. I walked away from her. Then she followed me around the building. The next thing I knew, she sprayed my eyes with mace. That's what you wrote in your answer. That's different from what you just told me.
Well, what happened, Your Honor? I left her house. When we got into a fight, that's when she followed me around the building. What I meant to say is, after she maced me, she followed me around the building.
No.
Okay.
So what you're telling me is she opened the door.
She opened the door.
She sprayed you with mace.
Yes, she did.
And you just walked away.
In my nightgown.
Wait a minute.
Quiet. And you just walked away.
Okay, what happened, Your Honor? When she sprayed me and her got to tussling, and I pulled her around the building, trying to defend myself. That's what happened.
Where'd you get the stick from?
Huh?
Where'd you get the stick
It was
from?
on the ground. She was macing me. I was defending myself to keep her from hurting me.
Why didn't you have your boyfriend move his car?
What happened was, he tried to move his car, Your Honor, but what happened, his battery had went down on his car.
But he got his battery fixed.
Huh?
Somehow it got fixed because he did move his car.
You know how it got fixed?
I'm
Okay.
asking you a question. Somehow it got fixed because he moved his car.
What he did was, once she moved her car, he went and bought some cables. And
When did she move her car?
What'd you say?
When did she move her car?
She moved her car after the policemen got there.
That's true. I was telling them she was on my bumper, and I was giving them a small version of the story. They told me to go on and move my car up. I went back outside with my nightgown on when I saw the police coming. The only thing she said was true, was that I did move my car up and the stick was on the ground.
Where did you buy the mace?
Kmart. We need a license. We can't have pepper spray up into a certain degree. I've looked into all of this.
You bought it at Kmart?
Yes.
But when I'm
Look
saying,
at it.
Your Honor, she
It's not
maced me
nothing.
first. If
Look
she
at it.
would have moved
Here are
her
my keys
car
right here.
like I asked her to, none of this would have even started.
There's no question in my mind. Listen to me, Miss Jones. There isn't a question in my mind that Miss Taylor pulled her car up on your bumper. The two of you have been feuding for a long time. You went to her house in the morning. You were angry. There also isn't a question in my mind, Miss Taylor, that you answered her when she said move your car, and she didn't say it in a very nice way, would you please move your car? But you also said to her, I'm not moving anything. The only reason you went outside was because she threatened to hit your car. You watched her. You saw that she did, in fact, hit your car even though it was no damage, so you went outside. You should have moved your car.